I first started thinking about the priesthood while I was at LSU. I went to a Louisiana Catholic College Students Conference in Natchitoches, and prior to going to that conference, I wasn't thinking about the priesthood at all. And during the conference, one of the speakers was talking about campus ministry, and he told us to pray for a week about evangelizing our individual campuses and to go from there. And that was one of the talks that really struck out to me while there. Then on Sunday, the last day, they showed the Fishers of Men video. And that was the first time I ever saw the video, and it was a powerful experience. It's hard for me to describe exactly what happened. It was a very grace-filled moment while I was watching it. The priesthood was the only thing I could think about while I was watching it. And it was a simple decision for me to think about the priesthood. It was the first time I've ever thought about that I could actually be a priest. That was the first moment. And so after the conference, coming out of it, I remember that talk about praying for a week. So I decided, instead of praying for a week about evangelizing our campuses, to pray for a week about the priesthood. And that was the first time I've ever prayed about me becoming a priest, ever. And so I prayed for a week, 7 days. That's the only thing I could think about during that week, was being a priest. When I was at LSU, I was walking, on campus and not thinking about school or, anything, just the priesthood. I was, at Winn-Dixie, imagining myself in a collar. And that's the only thing I could think about. But exactly a week later, at Mass, it was a Sunday, the gospel was Jesus calling his apostles to lay down their nets and follow him. The Fishers of Men story. So having that first reaction of, watching the Fishers of Men story and then hearing 7 days later the Fishers of Men story in the gospel, through the word, that really was a moment where I felt I was called to the priesthood. My family was surprised at first because it was a sudden call for me, so normally it would be sudden for them. So they were shocked, but they're a strong Catholic family, so they supported me and continue to support me in seminary and into the priesthood. I called my other siblings, and that was some of the most difficult calls I've ever had to make, telling, my older brother, my older sister, hey, I'm joining seminary. But they were behind me, and I'm glad for that. They thought the transition really fit, and people at my student job where I worked, like, oh, that makes sense. I'm like, I didn't even see that. I didn't see myself, possibly, joining the seminary and, becoming a priest, but they could see that in me. So that was really cool. It really reaffirmed my calling. Why do I want to be a priest? I want to be a priest, I think, first and foremost, the sacramental life of the priest. Saying Mass and hearing confessions. It's very powerful to lead people to Christ. And I think that's that's at the heart of why I want to be a priest, is leading people to Christ. I will stand in persona Christi, as Christ here on earth, leading people to him, to God. Also, I decided to join diocesan priesthood to minister to those marginal Catholics, those Catholics that just go to Mass on Ash Wednesday or Christmas or Easter. If I do become a priest, very exciting to me to go out into the deep, and fish after those people who are indifferent towards God, or they're not active or on fire about Christ. So I think me ministering to them is really exciting, and that's one of the big reasons why I want to be a priest.